we are live here again. Let me make sure that we can see this on the screen. Let's make sure we got the right screen up. Yes, we do. We got the right screen up. We're going to let people come in. People come in slowly but surely. Or not. Some people are pretty angry about the titles of the videos. The titles of the videos. So, but it's always, certain people. It's not always everybody. They get over it. So it looks like, let me see if I can hear myself. Okay, yep. In fact, I can hear myself. So we are live. This is about a minute in, so we got enough time for people to come in. How are you guys doing? Shout out to everybody that will be here in the live or in the post recording. Obviously, it's the semifinals. It's probably going to be a little bit lower. We're going to cover the men's 400 because that was a final, and the other things are the recap of the Paris Olympics. So let's take a look here. On your screen, we have the semifinals. So we're going to go over them one by one as people trickle in. Smash that like button and let's go ahead. Now, Kenny Benrick, he pretty much had an easy time through. We already expected him to go through. And as I told y'all before, Andre DeGrasse, I'll just mention it right here. I probably could have titled this Farewell Andre DeGrasse, but it's just so many different things that I could have done. But Andre DeGrasse, this has got to be a rough Olympics for him. Maybe it's not his last one, but I said it to people that he was not looking the same as before, and the way his style was before is only going to take him through so much, where he doesn't look good throughout the year, but then he's able to put it through at the end of the year. I literally told my best friend this. I said it over here on the YouTube channel, and the reason being is because when you get older, some things just don't work out as much. You might be, hurt throughout the year, and then you're able to recover at around the time you need to get together. Or you may be able to basically be a no-show throughout the seasons, and then at the end of the year, you could show up, and then you can get a medal, you could place, you could win, because he's the defending champion. And as we're going to see, we're going to have a new champion now, no matter who it is. But yeah, it's not working out for him. He's only 29, so he's got some room to go. He's still got some room to get back to where he was and to start excelling again. But he's got to be able to stay fit and healthy. And that's the thing. He's got to get some more races under him. But we're going to see what happens. But he has not been looking too good for the last few seasons. I've been telling people this. They have not been believing me, and yet it's caught up to them. Some athletes, they peak at around, 24. It's the 21 to 24-year-olds. Then it's the 27 to 32. And then you got like the anomalies that can maybe do it at an older age. So let's go back on the previous page. But farewell to Andre DeGrasse. We'll see him at another one. We'll see him in a 4x1, of course. Then we got Kenny Benrick. He made it through. Then we got Ogando. So those two make sense. Unfortunately, let's see. Sean from South Africa, Masawangi. I would have liked to see him come through. But unfortunately not. Then we got this one, semi-final number 2. Let me see some of the comments here, just in case people are there in the comment section. All right. So we got Leslie Tobogo from Botswana. He won. Noah Lyles from the USA. This is his first loss. Interestingly enough, I don't know if, it's a weird way of counting them, because sometimes people have, quote, not lost, but then they don't count the semis or the prelims or the round 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Because remember, they used to have 4 rounds. And then I guess they brought them back only for the people that can't make it out the first rounds. But sometimes when people are saying, hey, this person lost or they didn't, I've noticed some of the times they don't even count these semis. So it's going to be very interesting how the commentators and how they're going to view this. Is this viewed as a loss, or is it viewed as a, you know what, since he didn't get knocked out, number one, and number two, it wasn't a final, it's just a round, that didn't really count as a loss. I just wonder how they're going to count that one. So obviously, we're going to see what they say either in a final or next season. I don't even think they'll bring it up this season or anything like that, because we're going to hear them say, oh, he hasn't lost since blah blah blah, and then you'll know how they count it, because I'm very interested to see how they count no allows. But in any case, let me go on. So no allows, he looked pretty decent. I mean, he looked like he just did enough. He accelerated, he tested himself with Tobago, and I think he just kind of let him have it. He really didn't look like he was trying too hard. He didn't get out with a storm. He just went through the motions. He's like, yeah, I just got to get top two, and that's it. So he got the top two. He didn't really try to blaze on the curve. I'm pretty sure he got out. However, the coach told him to get out, and he did whatever motions he needed to do. And both of them are recovering in their legs from the 100 anyway. No allows hit a personal best, so it's going to affect them a little bit more. So we're going to see him there. Now, get into the next one. And then Charamba made it through as well on time. Let's look here. Arian Knighton and Fambule, they made it through. That kind of looked like that was the thing to happen. So called that one. And then we got, let me see, do they have a pronunciation? I want to try to get his name right from Zimbabwe. I found out what the controversy was with Zimbabwe. It's like they sent 6 athletes to represent them, and then they had like 47 or 67, one of those two, a bunch of officials. And it's like, yo, how do you send all these officials, but you only got like 6 or 9 athletes? So, you know, some people called it out online on social media, and then the government came out and was like, no, that's not what really happened. Some of those people are the wives or, you know, girlfriends or something like that. And it's like, yeah, you brought them on a company dime. And they said they were individually invited, not through the government or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know about that. So Makarawu. Yeah, Makarawu. I know I'm pretty much slaughtering his name, but I wanted to shout out to him because he made it through to the next round. And very interesting, we got 2 athletes from Zimbabwe. Look, like the first time they show up in this final, they made it through. I want y'all to notice this. They made it through. That's actually a big freaking deal. Ethan said, I think he had a slower than normal reaction time. That's why. Glenwood said, this is not a loss. This is not a loss. My goodness. He's jogging into qualification. Anyone that reads this race anyway else is a hater. Stay Curious said Noah was cruising, looked like a practice rep. Fambule fixed his turn. I know, right? If he could do that in the final, he's in for a medal. If he could do that in the final, he's in for a medal. He's going to be kind of hard to beat if he can make sure his start, that turn, goes really well. Let me go here. Let's go to the final. Let's look at the lane assignments. And as always, I'm going to look at it live with you. Okay, the 2 Zimbabwe athletes, they got them on the inside lane. So I guess they're not really about to do too much. But Makawaru in lane 2, Charamba in lane 3, both from Zimbabwe. Then we got Alexander Ogando in 4, Noah Lyles in 5. Very interesting. Arian Knighton, which is usually Lyles' preferred lane. He's in lane 6. Leslie Tobogo in lane 7. Kenny Benerick in 8, and then Fambule in lane 9. It's, you know, it's funny because I'm pronouncing the names how they sound, like they just sound right in my head, and Joseph Fambule just doesn't have the same ring as just saying his last name by itself. But Joseph Fambule in lane 9, and Joe, nah, not that either. Free agent lifestyle. Oh, yo, what's up? I have not seen you in a long time, if this is exactly who I think. You said, love your breakdowns of track. Hey, glad to see you out here. On here, he's got some pretty decent content. If anybody's into red pill and everything like that, he is definitely the person to go to. Check out his channel, Free Agent Lifestyle, right there. And let me see, FFV gaming, it counts as a loss in my opinion. You need to win your heat for a golden lane. Yep, exactly. Glenwood said, I think it'll be Lyles, Knighton, and Tobago in that order. No way Noah will want to settle for second and risk being in lane 4. Yeah. You know what? I thought, I was like, man, I hope he. That's what I'm thinking right now, because I'm gonna see it live with you guys. I'm like, I hope he's not in lane 3. But in this case, it would be lane 4 because they shifted everything over. Let me see this. Noah Lyles, I don't think that lane 5 is gonna hurt him too much. The only thing that I think will hurt him is if Ogando's probably maybe gonna get out on him, but that's just gonna drive him more. I don't think he'll panic necessarily. Knighton being in front of him's not bad either, because that's a if Knighton gets passed up on by Noah, that'll kind of, it might rock him if he's not paying attention. He's had a very interesting season after getting banned and then being away. He looks a little bit shaken, even with through the rounds. He looks just a tiny bit shaken. So if I had to say from the weakest links of the people that could potentially, you know, get a medal, Arian Knighton right here looks to be the shakiest of it, where if you got in his head, you distracted him. You know, people are saying the theatrics and Noah Lyles and everything like that. Look, I could tell y'all how to actually block that out. It's very easy, but I'm not going to do it because, you know, this is a public platform and it'll help all the competitors. And so I'm not going to try to get on that competitive edge. I am going to be a little selfish right there. But there is an easy way to actually not have that affect you. And trying not to think about it actually kind of works in the opposite direction too. Because it's like saying, I want to avoid this pole. If you're like in a almost crash situation, most of the time, you will go toward the pole because your mind sees pole, pole, pole. It doesn't have a negative. So when somebody's saying, I'm trying not to think about smoking, think about eating this, think about that, that's where the struggle comes in, because you're actually actively thinking about it. So, but it is a way to actually block that out. But Arian Knighton, I say he's probably got the shakiest mentality. Tobago knows that this is a good event for him. So I'm not really too worried on that. All right, I'm not too worried on it. Bednarik. This is going to be interesting because he didn't necessarily do too hot in the 100. But again, Bednarik, that I wouldn't look at him as a 100 guy. So right now, this is his more preferred one. He's in lane 8 though. So he's got to run blind. Remember the last time he had to run blind behind the big names? He actually did pretty well. This is actually an advantage for Bednarik. He doesn't need to have other people there. He can run blind, right? Actually, I would have liked to see Bednarik in lane 5, Lyles in lane 8, where he's just basically having everybody there. But then him being inside of them and then being able to see, okay, I got this person, I got this person, I got this person. He's a catcher. So for him, it's probably a motivating factor to say, okay, I reeled this person in, I brought this person in and everything like that. So therefore, boom. So here it is. Lyles in lane 5, he gets the win. As far as second, it's going to depend on what Tobago comes with. I think he's the overall favorite for getting the silver. If Noah Lyles slips up, he can get him. All right, that's a very realistic thing. Bednarik is on Noah Lyles' rear end, but being that far outside in the lane, and then if Tobago really gets out on Bednarik, I wonder if it shakes him a little bit. He has to stay focused in his lane. Knighton, like I said, is the weakest link out of here, but he has a chip on his shoulder just in general. So I'm going to say Lyles, Tobago, Bednarik. Knighton is the dark horse right there. And then Fambule, if he comes through and he does have that fixed turn and he's running like a bat out of hell because he's in lane 9, I think he comes through and gets a bronze. But it's going to be Lyles, Tobago, Bednarik in that order. Knighton obviously is a strong contender, but I'm going to stick to it. As far as time, I don't think we're going to see anything too special. We might not even see a season's best out of Noah Lyles here. I'm not really going to expect that too much from him. He's looking like he's conserving a little bit. And if he had something more, I'm going to tell y'all this. If he had something more, he would have went 19 something. Right now, he's probably a little bit tired, more tired than he thought he would be running at 9-7. So that's where we saw him just conserve. Let me see this. Lyles is very smart. That's hit 60 said. He knows you leave it all in the final. Every 100th of a second save now will pay off when it matters. Someone needs to teach Oblique Seville that. Yeah, Oblique Seville typically is going in the wrong direction. So therefore, he's really just not able to stay concentrated in the final. As somebody said, he's a semifinal winner. Like, that's his thing to do. They said it even before I started commentating. There were people in the comment section saying Oblique Seville is a semifinal winner, and that was in the prelim rounds. They were like, yeah, he's going to come to the semifinal, and he's going to do well, and then in the final, we're not expecting him. That's even some of the people from Jamaica that notices that. And I was saying, hey, I don't expect anything. And therefore, again, he did it. So when it comes here, Knighton is that weak link that if he doesn't have his mental together, he physically can get a medal. He physically, I believe, can get a medal. But mentally, he has to be sharp. Arian Knighton, when Noah Lyles had pointed at him and he said he noticed something, he could get in there, he saw him as a form of weakness when he saw him that next year. That's the thing he could be seeing here. Every little thing that you can eat up on somebody and say, I can chomp at the bit on this person, take advantage of it. I completely love it. That's what I love about Noah Lyles, because I'm doing the trash talking when I'm there. If it's a chess match, Super Smash Brothers, Halo 5 Guardians, freaking tic-tac-toe, whatever it is, I'm going to get a psychological edge on this other person. They're going to be like, dang, this person is here. I'm taking what they giving me, and I'm going to reflect it back to them and add some. Like some of these people whining. I had to tell some of the people that, some Jamaicans, not all, but too many, coming there. I'm like, look, you got to, shh, just here's your baby bottle. Take the baby bottle. Take the L. Take a seat and go to sleep. And then wake up in 1 year when you get a chance to challenge it again at the World Championships. Okay? Wake up in a few seasons when the next Olympics come around, and then you get a chance to do that. That's the type of person I am. So when somebody's looking at Noah Lyles, if I was in that position, or even near that one, Noah Lyles, Ingebrigtsen, I wouldn't do the thing that I held against him, and then I'll get back to this, guys, and I'll read your comments. The thing I held against Ingebrigtsen, his trash talking, fine, perfectly fine. He looks like a douchebag and an asshole when it doesn't work out, though. But the fact that he was an Olympic champion in the 1500, great. But the thing that he did at the World Championships in 2022, I think that can bite him in the rear end, and it really did. Because he said, I lost against the other guy. He tried to do the cool dude thing. Oh, I lost against Whiteman, and he knew I could beat him. It's like, wait a minute, what? I lost because of myself. I got in my own way. That's one thing to say, hey, look, I mentally wasn't there, just like Kashane Thompson did. All right? Kashane Thompson said, hey, I lost because I wasn't following through on what I should have did. I didn't trust my own speed. But he didn't say, oh, I'm better than the rest of them. Like, kind of weird comment is that? Oh, I'm better than the rest of them after you lost? Donovan Brazier did the same thing, and look where he's at. Nowhere to be seen. So it's like, if you say something like that, the next time you show up, you need to blow everybody out. It's one thing to say, hey, I got you. I'm going to win. I think I'm the best or whatever. And then it's another thing right after you lose, you just dismiss them and say, I lost because he knew he couldn't beat me. She knew she couldn't beat me. I haven't seen any of that from any other athlete. I haven't even seen that from Sha'Carri Richardson. Everybody be getting on her, but Ingebrigtsen did it the worst. I'm telling you, Ingebrigtsen did it the worst. Now, here we go. That's my take on that. So, for the people that just came in, I got Noah Lyles with the win, Tobogo in second, Benerick in third, with a chance for Knighton to get that third. Like I said, he is the most rattled mentally. He's got a chip on his shoulder, so it can work for him. But knowing how Noah Lyles jabs at people, he is the most susceptible to get that psychological damage done to him. So, but no, Arian Knighton also has the ability to randomly just win the whole thing too. That's the thing. Out of everybody here, to just win the whole thing and everybody's looking at him like, oh, here's a clear. Arian Knighton could just, bam, here's a 19-3 up on top of y'all head. Just come around and just randomly be able to do that. Nobody's going to be able to really call that or predict it. If somebody say tomorrow, hey, I called that thing, that was just pure luck and a pure guess. Like, I'm not even going to hold through on that one. Because if I say it enough, maybe one time it'll be right. I'm here for analysis, not just randomly guessing at this. So Lyles, Tobogo, Benerick with Knighton with the ability to get second or third. But he got to mentally be there, and since he's shaking. Also, dark horse pick is Fambule. I keep pronouncing his name just so many different ways. Forgive me. But if he gets that turn that he just had and add a little bit more speed, and then he's got that finish, bruh, it's over. It's over for a medal. I can't see 3 people in front of him if he could do that. But because he hasn't been shown to be consistent with that, I don't know. So anyway, let me go and move on. Let me read the comments and then move on to the men's 400, because what happened to Michael Norman? Let me see this real quick. And then Matthew Hudson Smith. Let me see. Here we go. They also switched Kenny and Ogando. Okay, I would actually like to see Lyles pushed by any of the other 3 main competitors. I love to see a 1920s. Yeah, I know, right? Like, that's the thing. He might be the person that needs to be pushed like that to see some very quick time. You got this 1919 here. I think that Olympic record could go down here. The Olympic record could go down depending on how Lyles is. I feel like looking at him in the past, knowing that if he had like more, he probably would have gave it, but his coach probably has just instructed him, hey, if you got to know your opponent. Leslie knows that Noah Lyles doesn't want to lose. Lyles knows that even losing in the semifinals, you know, like this, like he did that in Tokyo, and he was like, oh, I'm not worried about winning. I'm not worried about winning. But remember, he was like, hey, I was in the fake it till I make it stage in 2021. All 2021 was him faking it till he make it. Like, he was trying to force himself into believing that he does deserve to win. So he was trying to play off any of the losses, any of the rounds in the USAs and all that stuff. But now I think he's over here like, hey, if this person want to expend too much energy, I'm going to let they ass. Go ahead. You expend it. I'm going to do just enough. So he tested himself. He probably went through the phases to accelerate and to push, unlike Kashane Thompson. And like what a lot of the athletes from MVP actually do. Like people were saying, maybe there is some merit. I don't necessarily agree. But if you keep shutting down, if that's what you do in practice, yes. If you do that only at the race, then no, it wouldn't be muscle memory. But if you always go through and then you're shutting down, your muscles are going to remember, I'm shutting down at this point. I've done it to myself where I'm like, okay, every time I go up a hill, even now, subconsciously, I go up a slight incline, my body wants to just accelerate. Because at some point during high school, I just accelerated when I went up a hill, whether it was a 14-mile run, 20-mile run, I'm dead tired. I could be barely making it through, and there's only been a few exceptions where I didn't, and I just accelerate a little bit. So, where's the comments at? Kenny protested after they put him in lane 4, so lanes were redrawn. Let me see. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a minute. When did the oh, okay, gotcha. Knighton doesn't look good. Noah is allegedly sick. He was shown on TV with a COVID mask and looks sluggish. Yeah, that's why I said I'm not sure if he got it all the way. This wouldn't be the first time he's sick either. The last time he was sick, he didn't put in a good time. So hopefully he could just go through and, man, they soup this dude up on some caffeine or something. Like, wait a minute, that makes your heart increase, your heart rate increase. Whatever they gotta do to wake this dude up, that's legal. Wake this dude up, put some ice on him, put whatever you need to do if he is sick. I mean, you can still do some good things because Galen Rupp, he set an American record in what, the 2 mile or indoor 5,000 or something like that. And yeah, indoor 2 mile. even though he was sick, and then they did like some 200 repeats after that race. He was sick, and he still was setting an indoor record. So things can still happen. That's good. Like him sick being like 95 or 90% is probably still ahead of everybody else. But that would, if he is sick, that was smart not to expend too much energy, because you don't, when he gets up tomorrow, his body is going to be double tired from whatever he put in. Y'all said this isn't the list that y'all saw an hour ago. Yeah, this is the official Olympic website. This is the official website. I thought you know what? I thought I would have seen something like that. Let me check something real quick. No, that's the Olympic website. So Google whatever it says, whatnot. You know, people probably wanted to switch lanes. Remember, the fastest time is Tobogo, so he's going to get the prime lane. Then it's going to be whoever won, and then based on times and stuff like that, so they can switch up the lanes. Anybody that was second, they get secondary priority after the winners and the fastest time, and then everybody else just gets thrown wherever. Let me see. Daryl Richardson said, "Matt, you just laid it to Jakob." Yeah. Tiki 40 said, "Let me guess, you're Jamaican?" No, you fool. I'm a foundational black American. Why would you assume I'm Jamaican? Why would you assume I'm a Jamaican? Let me ask you that one. I don't know. Okay, Noah coasted the 200 to not stress his body for the actual final. He lost a heat before as well. Why not? If you check the 100-meter stats, Tobogo reached his top speed at 75, while everyone else reached their top speed between 60 and 65. Tobogo has the 300-meter world best. FFV Gaming said the 200 is his better event. Yeah, that's what I would say. You said, judging by that stat, silver medal winner, and if Noah pulls a Michael Norman, Tobogo will win. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Emmanuel Elias said, "Where is Ghana?" I know, right? Kevin Brown said, "I told you to watch out for Tobogo, and you were doubting me." It's a freaking semi. Now, I did this. The title is an attention getter now. The title is an attention getter. That's clear. Come on now. Now, let me go to the events, because this was crazy in the men's 400. Let me go to the men's 400 real quick. Let's go to the finals. The finals right here. Shout out to Quincy Hall. Man, this dude said what he wanted to do early in the season, and he did it. I always like to see when somebody set out a goal and then they follow through on that goal. They are looking strong, strong, strong. Now, that's so crazy. That is so crazy. Now, Michael Norman, what is this yellow card for? Improper conduct. Okay, now that part. Dang, what did he do? Take off his shirt? They hit him with the improper conduct card. What did he do that I didn't see? Because I had to rush and see that one. And, you know, seeing the highlight and whatnot, I didn't get to see that. So somebody tell me, what was his improper conduct? Like, dude, what the heck? What was going on with that one? But anyway, okay, let me set the stage here. Matthew Hudson Smith was in the lead. I mean, that was another close freaking finish at the end, where you got Richards from Trinidad and Tobago, you got Mazala from the Zambia, and then you got Hudson Smith, Samakanga. There we go. Then you got Hudson Smith from Britain, and then you got Hall from the USA, and Hall put on the Jets at the last minute and clinched that. It was looking like a Matthew Hudson Smith affair, and I told y'all earlier this season to look out for this man. Did he not produce, or did he not produce? I told y'all to look out for him. I said he has a medal contention in him. Right after he had gotten close to breaking 44 seconds. Then he broke 44 seconds. Man, this dude is on fire. and he had a chance to clinch that. But Quincy Hall has been looking good too much throughout the whole season. He was able to pull something special out and get the win. So congratulations to him for that gold medal for the United States. So that was crazy how he was able to make that move, and it was a clear move. That was like a chill bump move. Like, I just cannot believe it. We have 4x400 meters. If Noah Lyles is not gonna pull a Michael Norman tomorrow, y'all might have to sub out Michael Norman. Take him off that 400. Take him off. Put Noah Lyles on. Take him off. Put Noah Lyles on. Because this performance right here, nah, we can't be having that on there. We better off getting to Noah Lyles and being like, look, this dude is on a high versus somebody that's kind of struggling to keep it through and keep it together. Because we know what happens. Michael Norman, he gets in his brain and he kind of panics out. So we know that he panics out. And we know that this man panics and he just kind of crumbles under that pressure of doing it. He messed up the last time around. Well, they were hyping him up, but he already said when they asked him, did you want to live up to the legends, Michael Norman? You know, like Michael Johnson, everybody else before that, and everybody else after that. Are you going to live up to that? He said, no, I'm not trying to be that. And right there, that's when I knew it. I said, man, what is wrong with this dude? I roasted him. And we got a couple of people that's from Jamaica saying, oh, you so hard on us. Whang. Dude, I be up on our own people all the time. They were hyping him up because his mom. You know what? I don't like, I'm going to say it with this. I don't like when the white media companies, they really do it because they're the ones that control most of the media. Even President Putin was like, yeah, I can't live up to the propaganda of the West. Like, they just got a better machine, the United States. But he said, I can't beat them. They always push like this mother agenda, and they literally shrink the dude down as if he's insignificant. They do that a lot, and they do it especially around the Olympics. That's part of their agenda funding thing. If you look into all the paperwork, literally certain words you can't say and you can say. They push those through. So that is clearly just there. Like that other agenda that they opened up with. That is in there too. They probably would have pushed more of that if it wasn't so much backlash. But they pushed his mom and said, Japan, this is his home. This is his home. They didn't even do that for him, for the United States. Ain't that sick? They did it for his mom. Of course, a non-black person, right? They did it for his mom, but not his black dad. They couldn't do that for his dad, but they did it for his non-black mother. That's what we tell y'all about the white media. Now, they said put Quincy Wilson. I heard that he was injured, and that was the reason, like he got like hurt or something like that. But yeah, sub out Michael Norman and put Quincy Wilson in there. Get both of the Quincy's on there. Let's have this one going, right? Sub him out. Put Quincy Wilson up in there. But you can only put like one extra name. So if they did put a name, I wonder what happened. I don't know. But yeah, Quincy Hall, boy, you didn't got this one. You didn't got this one. So he didn't got this. He's got more of a potential left with him. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, what else do I got to discuss here? There is something else. Let me read some of the comments over here. They said, you said Quincy was unreal. Bum Lyles lost just like he should have in the 100. Surprised they didn't give him the favoritism award again. Man, John Osai, get your hating ass Negro ass self out of here, dude. Go hate somewhere else like he should have. You still mad at that? Islander said Lyles gonna win. Remember what happened in the 100 semis. Yeah. Quincy emptied the tank like no other. Kevin Brown said yes. This dude put on the afterburners, and I can't wait. I'm gonna wait up probably until about September or October, and then I'm gonna go over these races, and I'm just gonna roll them on there and do my commentary. I know that, you know, the Olympic Committee is probably gonna try to take them down, so it's gonna be like a live, and then I'm gonna delete the video. All right, so they don't strike the channel. I'm gonna do a live, analyze the races, and then delete them. All right, so y'all be prepared. I am gonna go over these races and then do the analysis there, because you know they on top of this stuff now. Islander said, congrats, Quincy. He's a real one. Now, let me see something. I believe. I know we had the pole vault. That's my personal favorite event, the women's pole vault. The steeplechase, real quick. I don't even know what happened with that because I kind of missed it because I started the live here. That was still going on. Okay. Oh, Kenny Rooks winded up doing it. All right, USA got that. USA got the silver. I knew he was looking pretty decent, but I gotta say I'm surprised that he pulled through. And then Soufiane El Bakali, this man got it again. Double champion. This man got it again. Unless I'm mistaken and he didn't win the last Olympics, but I believe he did. This man came on. Bakali, congratulations to you once again. This man, let me see here. It should say in his stats. DNF. 4th place in Rio. Then he's got, yeah, so he was a 4th place in Rio. Came and won at Tokyo. Came and won now here in Paris. So it's like, yeah, this man is on fire. So congratulations to Morocco, the home of Hisham El Garouj, the mile world record holder. Kenny Rooks, though. I'll give him that. He's 24 years old. That means he got something. Evan Yeager really came up and opened things up. I hope they shouting out to Evan Yeager for doing that in the Chicagoland area. But congratulations to you, man. You done came here, got a silver medal. You know what? The United States is looking real strong through a lot of these events as of recently. And I think that's just really the preparation. Also, part of it is the preparation for the Olympics in 2028. You know, some of the countries start to show through, like France was showing through at the last one just a little bit, but sometimes it don't happen. It's not like you turn on a switch and then the people could just do better. That's not how it works, especially not in athletics. But no, that man, that is crazy. And then we got Abraham Kibiwat again. This dude be coming through for Kenya, season best. So there you go. That's your 1, 2, 3. We got a national record for Tunisia. So Amin Mohamed Jinawi. Oh yeah, I'm surprised I actually got that one on the first one. I gotta get pat myself on the back. I'm pretty sure there was a slight pronunciation thing, but I got that, Jinawi. So Samuel Firewood for Ethiopia. I think this dude, he's gonna be somebody to look out for. Ethiopia is trying to make it through in events that they can't normally get. Like under the 5,000, they struggle with. They've been getting a 800 athletes for indoor worlds. They've been getting their 800 athletes for outdoors, and they've been getting medals, wins, all of that. So they're trying to get that 800, 1500, and that 3,000 steeplechase because Kenya was dominated, and it's crazy. The first time the Kenyan men lost, it's like they're gone. It's kind of like how Jamaica, you know, Jamaica was dominating in like the 1 and the 2. Then Usain Bolt gone, and it's like nobody showing up. Like for real, think about that for a second. Like not even medaling. Now Kenya still is able to get a medal, but they're not able to come through on any of these wins. It's like they're being blockaded. Not only did they not get second, they didn't get the win. They didn't even get second here. So that means it's real competitive. It's like the first loss is like we won every single one since the first time we didn't participated. Nobody got this. Like when it comes out, our national games, our flag banner is the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Like how the 100 is for, you know, Jamaica and the United States and Britain and other nations. But for Kenya, it's like 3,000 meter steeplechase. We win that more than everything. Then it's like the marathon, the 5,000, 10,000. They got that in spades. They lost one time to this man on the screen. And they are locked out. It's like they can't get a win, not even at the World Championships. What is going on? Let me see. KC said the headline is the headlines be doing something else. Okay, he lost the qualifier round. Big deal. Gurma crashed out on a hurdle. Dang, really? Yeah, like I said, I wasn't able to see it because I went to the live and to prepare for this. So I'm gonna see that on another one. Really, that's what happened. So that means we didn't really. Wait a minute. Hold up. No. Dang. He didn't even finish that. Cause yeah, he is one of the top names in there. I had to look at the result for a second. I'm glad you pointed that one out. Uh, Ish the bed is wild. The Buffalo Soldier said, yes, the American ran them down in the steeplechase and got the second in front of the former world record holder, I believe. Yep. Fine said, you realize Noah just slowed down because he knows they both qualified. He didn't need to go all out. Yeah, I do. See, some people be reacting to headlines and stuff. That's what happened with the other one. People be coming in, they be commenting, they be like, whatever. Y'all know that people be doing stuff as a, clickbait a little bit. It's a little bit. I mean, in a way, he's kind of humble, but in another one, no, not really. I would hope he's not too affected by it. That's what I would think. He didn't even look like he was trying too hard. He didn't seem too high. His running was not high energy. Like, if everybody knows, we watch this sport. We're the sports nerds, most of us. There's probably like one or two people here. Like, if you listen to the commentary like this, you're a person that watches this sport all the time, or enough. Like, even if you come through at the championships at the end, you like at the beginning, the indoor championships, and then all the, nationals and all of that. Like, if you only watch championships like some people do, and I would normally do if I'm not doing commentary, I got to be honest. Well, you're a freaking nerd, so therefore you would be able to tell when somebody's using all of their energy, right? You're going to be able to see when somebody's coming through and they're trying. And that's not what Noah Lyles was doing. So I understand that. Everybody would have been able to see it. Because you know how many people would have came flooding into this comment section right now? Like, it would have been a new life. They're like, dang, we didn't get the 100. But look, Noah Lyles looked like he got a broken leg. Look, he barely made it through. Like, it would have been one of those if he looked like he was trying and he got second. This one looked like he was like, he walked out of the blocks. He just like went through and was like, coach said, I need you to do a tempo run real quick. I need you to just go, matter of fact, go a little bit faster. I want you to do a hard tempo run. Like, that's what that looked like. Tobogo looked like he was actually trying a little bit harder. And then he responded like he didn't want to lose. Like, Tobogo had something going on. That was for him. He had to psychologically do something. And then Lyles is over there casually like, I'm speeding up. Why you speeding up? And I'm going to test it a little bit. And then he closed. And then he just let go. Like, he started closing on Tobogo. Tobogo went another gear. And then he was like, yeah, I got him. I ain't got nothing to worry about. And he just floated through. Roddy said, people are weird. These were just qualifying heats, people. Yes. Ask Oblique Seville about qualifying heats versus the finals. Yeah, man, Roddy Eagle, man, I agree with you. See, you don't need to be worried about winning unless you want to get a good lane. Then that makes sense. Like, you want to get a good lane. You want to run hard enough where you ain't trying to get on the inside lanes, especially on a curved event. You don't want a bad lane like that. In a straight event, that could affect you. It does affect people, actually, the lane assignments too. But it definitely affects you when you got a bad lane. It's a disadvantage getting those inside lanes. He's in lane 5. It's not the best lane. It's not. But, I mean, it's going to be decent. It's going to be decent enough for Noah Lyles to win. He's done it before. He's right in the center of a track. Kenna, shout out to you. You said, hey, Nick. Rachel Childress said USA sweep. I want to say USA sweep. You know what I was going to do? Did I do that post? I started typing it at like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. I think I never pressed enter. I said, maybe potential USA sweep. But I got to see the semis. What do you guys think? And I don't think I actually pushed the send button. Because I winded up recording that other video, I think, before that. And then I was like, man. Did y'all see that other video? That comedy video I did? It was a long one. It was probably, I originally thought it was going to be 3 minutes. But they said it's okay with him. CH retracted that. I like lane 6 or 7 in my humble opinion. Oh, Roddy Eagle, do you also compete? Or are you just saying, like, you like that for him? You said Knighton, my dark horse running in the 200. Yeah, I got Lyles Tebogo, Benrick in that order. And then I got Knighton. He can go from either silver or bronze, but he's one of those people that could randomly just like run a 19-3, just randomly, and he could win it all. And it depends on if Noah got it or not, right? Let me see. I think Tebogo will stop a USA sweep. Yeah, I think he will. Kenneth said, I'd like to see a USA sweep. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. 1, 2, 3 USA. That would be nice in the 200 at the Olympics too, because then this would be the first. Is this the first USA sweep ever? I got to think back because 200 is one of the US's best events. It's shot put 200, 100 more or less, but the wins come from shot put. I think is the most. 200 is the second most. I remember looking over on the Olympic history, and I was like, dang, really? The high jump, they had the old version of the high jump. That was okay, and then more recently, not as many wins. But yeah, it was shot put is #1 for US, and 200 is #2, maybe pole vault. Yeah, pole vault is there, and then 100 is like you got to count. You got to start counting because it's other nations that come in with the wins, even though it's like US. But 200 is like almost, you look through the history, and it's like United States and 200 get tatted on each other. That's like how it is. Like the 4x4. Like you think of the 4x4, you think USA, and then somebody got to challenge the USA. That's what it is. You said humbled nothing. Hey, look, I got to hype it up for people. Look, they said I was unfair from the other titles, so I just had to come and exaggerate because y'all know. Okay, people be coming in here like Kevin Brown. Your ass be coming in here. Oh, Noah Lyles got the floor mop with him. You know how many people be saying these ridiculous ass statements? So I said, you know what? I'm just going to say some ridiculous stuff in the titles. People go get mad at them, but oh well. Like, it's fun. It's all, it's all love. It's all fun. But then some people be taking them real to heart. Because people and, other channels, they be celebrating our American athletes getting injured. So I just had to say, Noah Lyles ran so fast, he smacked Oblique Seville back into an injury. I mean, it is what it is. Nick, will you cover the Norman loss at some point in another video? I did. You came in late. I covered them earlier now. What happened to Norman dead last? Actually, let me go back to Michael Norman here because I will do that, but let me do a quick one here. I have to look at this probably some weeks from now or something like that. Because I got my immediate reaction here, and then I got the hell happened. Let me see something real quick. Man, NBC still didn't want to do that. I got my immediate reaction, and then it's the what the hell happened. Man, Michael Norman, they got him for a disorderly... That's what I forgot to do. The hell is a disorderly conduct? Improper conduct. Do y'all know what happened with this dude? Did he take off his uniform? Because nobody answered that question. Did this man take off his uniform? Did he, like, punch the air? Like, because that's something that he's probably upset with. Because this man came out. He was ate up on. Like, they took out on him. Michael Norman just was not there. Karani James got out. And Michael Norman just had a gap with him. Like, this man was asleep. But guess what? I will say this. This is what I was thinking before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he do a season's best in that semifinal? Didn't he run a little bit too hard than necessary? Let me look at this real quick. Like, that 43.95, I said it in the back of my head. I wish I would have said it on camera so I could have been another one of those I told y'all so's. But I said this in my head, and I'm like, why did this dude do an unnecessary energy wasting? And I'm like, yeah, I guess because you got it or something. But I was like, that 43 something tell... Oh, wait a minute. No. That's not him. Michael Norman, where was he at? Where was he at? Michael Norman. No, wait a minute. I'm getting the wrong thing. Hold on. I gotta go back on that. Was that Quincy Hall with that? What did he do? I saw something in him. Was it the heat? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Now I gotta go back and walk back what I said. Was it the heat? Yeah, it was the heat. Because when you look at the other times that they ran in the other heats, why did he go a 44 low? That's what I was thinking. It was almost a 43. That's what I took as a mental note. Like Quincy Hall did 42, a 44.28. But I was thinking here, I'm like, why did he feel the need to drag this race to be this quick? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, but not really. Like, yeah, but not really. And in another way to have made this easier would have been to jog this race. Like, for real, jog it. Like, you literally run like a 50 something, 60 something, and then do the catch up round, and then you got an easy way of qualifying. Think about that. That would have been, although you get an extra day of legs or warming up in your legs. That's what what's his name did in the 110 hurdles. He was like, look, I'm gonna go to this repechage round. And I'm like, you know what? That helps him out because now the sponsors see him. Now people are like, what is this dude doing? They're talking about him a little bit. That helps him get his stock value up. People ain't thinking strategically. He's working a regular job. Think about that. He's working a regular job. So if he wants to attract sponsors, that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it right there. Oh, Dave, you said let me see. You said Tokyo-ish. Let me see. They said, oh, you said hate price that didn't make. Yeah, I know, right? Sawi Nasser about to tear up. Let me see. Let's see. Roddy 4 and 8 are good lanes. Curves are not too tight. Should be a great race. All the favorites are in those lanes. NBC wants people to pay, and then there are technical problems. Really? Well, too bad for them. Do you think Kenny gets gold and Tobogo silver as Noah's sick? Michael Norman choked, shaking my head. No, I still think Noah, unless he's like dead sick, Noah finna win this whole thing. Now the question will be, these days add up. If he just got sick, tomorrow's not gonna be the worst day. It could be the day after. It could be the day after, and then is he gonna do that 4x4? Like if they put him on a 4x4 and this man is sick, and he flops, that is gonna be real bad. Right now, Michael Norman flopped. Okay, you said, Kenneth, what happened to Norman was the same old soup, just a little warmed over. Yeah, I'm all here for it, said. No, I didn't even see the 3,000 steeplechase. I didn't get a chance. I had to look at the results and everything like that. Okay, I think that is it. I'm here for it all, Lyles or Norman. The other way is to win gold, Nick. Who said Lyles is ill, though? That's what somebody said earlier. They said they saw him with a mask on or something like that. And I'm like, he could have been. Because he had something like that. He had got sick before the USA Championships. And they said they had to fly him out. He had the mask on, everything like that. I guess he gets sick around championship time. I don't know what it is. This dude, sickness prone. I'm like quite the opposite. But one of my women, she gets sick all the time. I'm like every month. I'm like, you sick again? No, I'm not. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm like, you so sick, you don't even notice that you get sick. Like, it's the norm for you. So it could be like that. I'm trying to look up Noah Lyles with a mask. Nah, I'm not really finding that right now. Yeah, I'm not really finding that right now. But anyway, we got everything that we needed to cover here. Thank you guys for coming out. Unless there is something else that you guys want to talk about, I think that's about it for right now. Oh, yeah. I do remember. Hold up. The world record in that pole vault. The world record, that's my favorite event that happened yesterday. I saw that event. Duplantis, again, cleared his own world record. And Sam Kendricks. It's so funny because people didn't realize that Duplantis. Now, look, all these people from Europe. If you look at the comment section, and I see this in some Facebook groups and in other places, and on YouTube, they're like Duplantis sounds and looks completely American, and I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. The dude literally was born and raised in the United States, and he went to represent Sweden because his parents, and because the money. It's like, dude, it's the money. That's what that is. So he wanted to go ahead and get the money because the U.S. wasn't seeming to pay for it. The U.S. is a very, very strong pole vault nation. It is number one usually on the men and the women's side. As far as rankings go, number one. It's kind of equivalent to how the U.S. usually vies for that 100, 200 spot. It's very, very, very good on a high ranking. So getting years where it's not, it's like Duplantis has taken away on the men's side the U.S. dominance, so to speak, because he's representing another country. So Sam Kendricks has been there. It's like a rivalry between Kendricks, dang, what's the other guy? I forget the other guy's name, and then Duplantis. It's literally three of them, and then sometimes a fourth, the collegiate guy. Duplantis said they had the sign 6.25. He said he always wanted to get the world record at the Olympics, and he was able to do it. And he really had broke down this time. This meant more for him here than it was for the other ones. The one thing I don't like about pole vault, though, is that you can just inch up and inch up and inch up, or in this case, centimeter up each time. And as him being so young, he could keep on doing that for some more seasons and then break a world record. And then there it is. Because you notice his world record was 6.24. Now it's at 6.25 right here. 6.25 for the world record. Like, that's all you got to do. And then he's got a whole world record bonus. Like, every time he's breaking these world records at these championships, you know, they be giving world record bonuses. What is it, like $100,000? Like he said, he went to Sweden for the money. So he gonna do this for the money too. It only makes sense. And then the gold, that's 50,000, whatever Sweden pays for a medal bonus over there, plus the world record bonus, 100,000. Now that's world championships. I don't know what they do for the Olympics, if there is even one. His sponsorships probably got like something, a deal with him. If he hits it at certain times, there you go. Let me see. Kenna Norman. Oh, okay. I know some swimmers got sick with E. coli swimming in. Whoa, really? Yeah. They saw that too. Probably prevent COVID. There's a new strain, something. Okay, now you know dang well Leslie is not beating Noah in the finals. But get to your views, bro. Roll Tide, Cam said. Mini Vamp, hey, you know how it is. Mini Vamp said Duplantis from Louisiana. Yep. His mom is from Sweden. People do that all the time, though. It's easier to make these teams and times in their parents' home countries. No, it wasn't because it was easier. It's literally just because of the money. Like he even said it. He said it in an interview. He wanted to get sponsorships to pay him a certain amount. And then he was like, well, USA, they don't watch pole vault like that. I'm telling y'all, the pole vault is more popular than the 200-meter event itself. Now, people individually could be more popular, and it's usually because you're a 100-meter champion like Usain Bolt. He's bigger than the 200, so therefore it is. But if it's just like a regular 200 person, like Noah Lyles was before, now him getting a 100 and him doing all of the theatrics he does, he's bigger than the 200 event and may even push that over. But pole vault is more popular than the 200-meter dash, and people don't realize that. It goes 100, it's the 100. I used to have the viewership listed, and it's very easy. You can even search it, and you can get a result there. It's 100. I think it's one of the hurdles, like the 110s. Then you got 1500. Then you got either high or triple jump. Then it's pole vault. Pole vault's solid number 5. 1500s either between 2 and 3 most years, sometimes goes to 4th, and 100 is the most popular event, and it's just very consistent. That's how those things go. He didn't like how they weren't going to give him money, so he said, Europe has money, I'm going to go to Europe, and I get these European championships if I want to, all of this other stuff. So, that's what he did. Now, Duplantis might not even have made in the U.S. No. Duplantis is the world record holder. What you mean he might not make it in the U.S.? world record holder. Like Sam Kendricks. Uh, Sam Kendricks is like right there with him, but he can never beat this man. He couldn't even catch him on. I think he might have beat him one time at a regular meet. That's it. But outside of that, pole vault. And like I said, that's my favorite event. I can go and nerd out on that all day about the technicalities like that. And I even remember seeing this, and I think this will probably be the end of this, and then I'll go to the women's pole vault result. And then that's the end, unless I see some comments here. When he put the pole down, okay, for the people that don't do pole vault, this is something you guys wouldn't know. But when you put the pole into the box that's there, a perfect vault would be for you to get that in the angle where there is no, like if you hear this sound, like that, like there's no rubbing on the ground. You literally get it into the box and there's no rubbing. Normally you'll hear a, like that, you're going to hear it, it's going to smack, and then you hear it on the ground. Or you get it into the box and then there's that shaking sound, like the metallic sound because the box is metal. Well, he had one of those and he was getting over it. And he got like a meter over. And I'm like, he shook his head. I said, man, that was horrible. That's what I had saw. I was like, man, that was horrible. That is his worst vault. And that is when he got the win, though. That was the vault. He got the win. And he shook his head. The commentator was like, oh my, he's getting over, but it must, he's shaking his head. It must not have been good. And I'm like, yeah, he don't know what he's looking for. I said this man was off kilter to his left side. Like, and it landed wrong. But that's something I would notice just by seeing it. And I heard from the mic and everything. I was like, that was horrible. So that's what gets very exciting. All of those technical things in pole vault. Like when I had those athletes viewing the camera, correcting it for the wind direction, trying to get there with your speed. It's even more technical than, you know, triple jump. Triple jump is my second favorite out of those field events. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm all here for Nick just explained it. More money for sponsors. Yeah, exactly. Kenna, but Mondo is a pole vaulter. Yeah, let me see. Yeah. Kendrick beat him in Doha World Championship 2019. Yeah. The 100 was stolen from Kashane, but next time you are not going to sing Hallelujah, but Lost in Wonderland. Carmen Bigby said, man, would y'all go somewhere with this butthurt stuff? But anyway, y'all got to do y'all thing. I got to do mine. Thank you guys for coming out. Let me cover the women's pole vault, and then we're out. Let's cover the women's pole vault as I nerded out for a second. Who won this one? It's got to be an American at the top. If it's not, I'm going to be surprised. Oh, my goodness. Really? It was not an American at the top. Very interesting. Australia. Nina Kennedy. I got to say, oh, that makes sense now. We don't got the normal people here. What happened? I was not following the women's pole vault this year. Not at all. I wasn't following the men or the women's pole vault at all. What happened to Team USA? We don't have our people. What's the name is the world champion? Well, tied world champion. Did she get injured? Because I know she was struggling through with some things. She went to Downers Grove North High School, which is in the conference that I was in. And she's only a few years younger. So she was there around that time. So, dang. That's crazy. Australia got this. So, congratulations to her, Katie Moon. Isn't this somebody that just came out of... No? Really? Wait a minute. Am I not recognizing her name? Hold up. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting Katie Moon mixed up with somebody else. That's right. She is the tied champion. Wait a minute. Who am I thinking of? It's not Katie. I'm going blank. I've been going blank for names for too much for this last week. I don't know what the heck it is. Maybe because I'm focusing on the Saturday competition and everything. But congratulations to them. Katie Moon brought home a silver. I gotta say, that's a little disappointing, to be honest. But world champion, double world champion, coming by as an Olympic silver medalist. Hey, what can you say? And then Alicia Newman, she's always right there too from Canada. Congratulations to those top 3 ladies for the gold, silver, and bronze. Let me see any final comments and we're out of here. Maya said, "Shut up and get off." Well, let me send you on a permanent vacation off the channel. Let me upgrade you to an administrator. Actually, you're gone, Maya. Goodbye. You will not be missed. If you want to be unblocked, you can pay a fee to get back there. Yeah, he already switched the lanes. So, guys, I'm your host, Nick. We're done here. And you've been watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Come back tomorrow. We're going to cover the men's 200-meter final. We're going to see that women's 400. This is going to be crazy. So I look forward to seeing what is about to happen.